Hello, it is me, Anime We or We Anime, and I'm here to bring you part one of What If Deku was Akaza's reincarnation. Now, I'm gonna run this how I do my what ifs first, and then um then we'll get into it. So, for the already viewers on my channel, you should already know how this works. Um, well, if you've seen my what if before, my what ifs before, you should know how I would do these. I'd go to the backstory and then um to like the start of the series, and then each part will be a arc. So within, like, say, next part, it will be an arc, and then so on and so forth. Okay. Um, yeah, that's how I do my things. I'm on socials medias also. All at We Anime. Well, besides X, it's We Anime Real at the at. But besides that, everything else, well, I'm only on one other thing, which is Instagram, which is just at We Anime. I haven't posted there in a while, um, but I'd appreciate it if you do go follow me. I would greatly appreciate it. Um, I'm gonna say the gross YouTube stuff that every single YouTuber says, but it truly does help us. Um, Please like, subscribe, and comment if you want to. Okay, you don't have to. I would appreciate it. Um, Honestly, I would greatly appreciate it if you did. Uh, and if you want to see more of my what ifs, if you like this one, go on my channel. Please do. I have multiple what ifs. I've been doing this for a year, and I have 200 and some videos. So you got a lot of content to watch. All of my what ifs are around 11 to 12 parts, so you can binge them. I just haven't put all of them into playlists yet. I'm a very slow person. I have two in playlist currently. Um, well, a what if another what if I'm doing at the current moment is what if Asta had water magic? It's in a playlist. I only have one part out because I post 3 videos a week. I should also say this: I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with different what ifs. As of today, I am currently, well, you all know, Wednesday is What If Deku Day. Um, Friday is What If Now for me, if you're interested. And Monday is What If Asta. Okay. If you're curious where I got the picture I'm using or the thumbnail, I got it off of Google. Um, I think it's actively a screenshot from the Mugen Train. I don't remember though. And if you hear any background noise, I film these outside. Fun fact. And if you have any questions about me or what I like or anything about, well, anything you're curious about, what I do, comment your questions down below. I'll answer them. Um, yeah, I'll answer them. Just don't do. I'm not gonna answer the personal ones, okay? But the anime based ones and the game based ones or anything akin to that, I will answer them. But the personal ones, I'm not answering those. Uh, okay, cool. Um, let's see what else. I'm trying to think of anything else I could plug. My other what ifs. I'm currently doing 3 at once every week. I post a part of each what if, which I've already stated what ifs I'm doing at the current moment. Right? Yeah. And I will eventually put all of my what ifs into playlists. Okay? Eventually. It takes time. Um, okay? It takes time. So, without further ado, let me get a drink of water. and then we can get into the backstory for Izuku Midoriya, the man that is known to be very destructive. I should also mention this. I rant a lot in my videos. This is also a podcast format where you just listen to me talk while you game or something, or do chores. I don't know. Walk your dog, walk your cat, walk your crocodile. I don't know what you do. Man, we got crazy people in America. Wait, we don't even have crocodiles in America. No, we have. No, yeah, no, we have alligators. We have gators. Now, given I've never seen one in person, I am more north. Uh, so never seen one in person. I'm more north than south. Uh, Mountains. I'm joking. I don't know where I live. You think I know? No, I don't. I don't. For all I know, I could be on Moby Dick, on Whitebeard's ship, in their illusion room. Oh, I'm joking. I don't know. Anyways, let's get. Oh, I also do minor impressions. What I mean by that is I switch my voice around to fit the character more. Now, given it's not perfect, I'm not trying to be perfect. I just want to make you all feel in depth into the story. Okay? I am the narrator. Hi, we anime. You can call me Wheat or We Anime. Wheat, Wheat, Annie or We Anime or Wheat. I don't care. You can call me whatever. Um, yeah, you all get my point. So, shall we begin? We can see a young man, well, not even a young man, a young child around the age of 5 or 6. Well, or really 4 to 6, so around, yeah, 5 years old, getting his quirk. This young man would have pink hair, pale skin, yellow eyes. Um, that's pink eyebrows. It's his hair is short and fluffy pink. This would be Izuku Midoriya. He would be a little scrawnier than the people in his class or in his age group. He would be scrawnier. Um, yeah, his mother would be a very plump person, a very big person. Uh, well, their trash dad and their dad, well, his dad, wouldn't be around. He left. He left Japan. He's gone. So they would be in there with a quirk doctor trying to figure out the quirk. They would say Izuku would have one, but they don't know the capabilities of it. They don't know the capabilities. Um, so it will take a couple of. They would have to test, see what he could do. They would ask about the parents' quirks, Inko's being the telekinetic stuff, right? They're well, his dad never shared what his quirk was, so they don't know. Um, and Inko would tell him, well, the doctor, her parents' quirks, but nothing about Hayashi's. because he was a very secretive person. He kept to himself, even to his own wife and child. But that was okay. It didn't matter. Hayashi was having an affair anyways, so he left. They got divorced, and Inko just didn't change her name. She wanted to keep the memory of the good times they did have, the bad times they did have, but she wanted to keep the memories. As for Izuku, he grew up to hate his dad, but he was also entertained by him. He thought it was funny. Anytime someone brought him up and how he left, he thought it was hilarious. But yet, he doesn't know. He doesn't know anything about it. He just thought it was funny. He thought it was a magic trick. Dad, one day, just poof, disappeared. Never came back. He thought it was funny. And even if he got into fights with Bakugo or the other bullies, he wouldn't give up. It was weird. Even though he would come back hurt, he would love it. Any day he would see a villain attack, he would laugh. Anytime he would see heroes fight a villain or any type of physical altercation that would leave one on the ground, he thought it was hilarious. He wanted to be like that. So he would always have a semi grin on his face. A weird grin that no one really got. Especially when there was a fight about to start. See, Inko noticed this very early on, and also through the bullying. I'm sorry, I stutter. Okay, I stutter so much. I'm so sorry. Um, but bullying, after all of the bullying, she would eventually put him into a martial art class, a dojo. But yet she didn't know anything about it, so she just picked the cheapest one and put him in. He would be there for the next 5 years. And further on, next 10 years, he would be training in that same dojo, learning from a man that he now knows as a father figure, as a parental guardian figure. He would learn directly from him. Throughout the 10 years, he would never miss a day. He would always be on time, and he would stay after to learn more and more and more. Inko eventually just said, "Here," to the man, a bunch of papers that was already signed. Inko truly never really liked Izuku. Never really wanted him around to begin with. He always gave these bad memories. And especially after turning 15 and, well, beating every single person besides the teacher to a bloody pulp. She said, "You're the only one that can control him. So here, please sign these. Keep him. I never want to see his face ever again." The man would sign it because he truly does care about Izuku. He wants to see this kid foster into a man, into a weapon. See, this man was was something people would call a villain, but he would always keep it hidden. He would do his acts in night. See, this man was also quirkless. He could do this all because, well, the people he's going against don't expect a quirkless man, so they would underestimate him. They would take him, they would think they could be able to take him out within a second. And guess what? They never could. See, and the man would be quite infamous, quite strong, quite intelligent. See, after getting all these papers from Inko Midoriya, he would learn Izuku's quirk and see the potential in it. See, Izuku's quirk is dubbed as Destructive Impact. See, Destructive Impact gives Izuku the ability to manipulate destructive shockwaves, and he could manifest. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Manifest manifest them in various forms, multiple different forms, like near invisible air pressure, circular energy like shockwaves, or cannon shaped spikes. Izuku can generate them at will from any distance that he can visibly see. He has to see them. See, like, the area that he's putting them, like, using them at, to actually, well, use them. They are, well, blue and occasionally flash red. See, without him knowing, this is just a natural ability of his. He can sense the fighting spirit within people. See, it would be, well, this is like how Akaza can sense the fighting spirit in Rengoku or Tanjiro, or even though I haven't seen Infinity Castle, Giyu. See, it would be like that. He naturally developed this ability to do this throughout the multiple fights that has been in. He would be able to read his opponent very clearly. Well, so he thought. See, he can't read his master's intent. He can't sense his. Now, given Izuku doesn't know why at all, he can sense any others. He can sense his, well, pupils. He can sense the other, like, random civilians. He can sense heroes' intent, villains' intent. But yet he can't read his masters. For an unknown reason. He doesn't know why. He never realized it, well, until it was too late. So sorry about the wind, if you can hear that. I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry. I apologize. See, I don't know if the mic will pick this up, but it's very windy right now. Uh, I mean, it hasn't been now. Like it will randomly just pick up in pace. And now we'll go when Izuku's 16-ish, about to turn 17. See, Izuku and his master would get in their stances, which would be the same stance. They would bend their knees in a half crouched position, extending their right arm with a half clenched fist facing their body, and bending his left arm with an open palm. And then they would start to brawl. As the other students would walk in, it would be about time to start. People from varying ages, from like 10 to 20 to even 40-year-olds occasionally be there. Both genders, heteromorphs, would be arriving, right, to see the greatest pupil and the master fight. And it would be a sight. They'd both trade blows, both block the other person's blows. It would be like nobody knew how to explain it. Nobody knew. It was a flowing art that everyone knew as Soryu. I guarantee I'm mispronouncing that. Soryu? I'm probably most definitely mispronouncing it. Style. Soryu style. They would both, even though it would be aggressive, hard punching, neither of them using their quirks. Well, one of them doesn't even have one. The other one, well, he's not using his. But yet they would both be trading blows, blocking each other's blows. The younger one would go for a kick. The pupil would go for the kick, a rising inward crescent kick. The the master would knock it out of the way with his left palm as he would bring his right knee into no left probably left knee. Yeah, left knee into the pupil's side. The pupil would fold, but yet he would stand back up as he would say, "Don't go out, don't oh god, sorry. Don't go easy on me. Hit me with everything you have." as they would as he would stand up as he would start fighting again. The sensei would say, "If I did that, you would be folded in half." So what? Isn't that the thrill of battle? A life or death situation. See, I see that that may have just been you, but sure, that would be a thrill. But not every fight is a life or death situation. Sometimes you have to decide when to run. Yeah, you've tried to teach me that stupid lesson so many times. I have it in the back of my head. I'll use it when I have to. But I don't think I'll have to use it ever because I'll beat anyone who decides to fight me. Well, you haven't have you decided to? Well, you haven't beat me yet. Shut up! As he would go with a left hook, he would be his left arm would be shot back by the older one's left hand as he would get struck in the face and in the gut, in the knee, in the head, bringing his head back up and in the head again as he would fall. Still conscious, but in very much in pain. As the master would say, as you see, I could beat you whenever I want. See, I don't have to use my quirk to get the upper hand. That's what you have to learn. Quirks aren't everything. There's a man out there, there's multiple people out there who don't, well, who don't need a quirk, and who have quirks that erase, or who are faster than you, stronger than you. You gotta be patient. I know. And also, maybe learn. I know you've said you have it in the back of your head, but maybe learn how to forfeit. Okay? It's always a good idea. It's never a bad thing to give up. Just try again, get back up, and try again. That is all you have to do to be a better man than anybody else. Get up and try again. Even if you get knocked down 1,000 times, get up and try again. Yeah, I know. What do you think I keep on challenging you? I have also seen something in you. You get angry. Your rage builds up. Why is that? We should both know why. We both know what's happened to me in the past. So, yeah. Yeah. They would grab each other's hand, and the sensei would pull up Izuku back onto his feet. You may rest, since I know you train here. You train all night. I know, yeah. Okay. Hello. They would all bow and say, hello, back. As the sensei would go on to teach everybody else for the day. Hours would go by, the students would leave, Midori would get back to training. Strength training, cardio, his stances, anything like that. As the master would go in the back, start cooking. Since they both do live there, and as it would go into the night, a strong wind would blow open the door. A impact or something would blow open the door. They would both stand up and go into the front to see multiple men with blades or firearms or using their quirks. The main man standing in the middle, he would say, well, what he would look like is he would have a mask on with a red X. It's not red X, okay? Okay, it's not red X. But his mask would have a massive red X on the front, no eye holes. It would be a full-on like cowl, like say Red Hood for a instant. The rest of his clothes would be in a red and black style, with like red bands on his like forearm, like at his wrist, at his biceps. Um, right. Uh, Mainly black is the color with red accents. His voice would be deep and guttural, but it would kind of be muffled because of the mask, helmet, cowl thing. The other people would be in a very similar clothing, just with blank mask, like a blank red cowl. Um, like they would be in all black, but a very similar clothing style as uh, the main man, the boss. The master, well, sensei would say, Red Cross and the Crossers, what would you like? We both know what I want, and that's your life. You see, I don't forget what people do. I hold grudges for a very long time. I know, but yet last time we fought, it was just me and you, no one else. So why are your friends here? Oh, because I've gotten some information that you have a new friend here, someone very close to you. He has nothing to do with this. Leave him be, okay? Okay? Yeah, no. You see, these aren't only half of my men that I brought. The other men are fighting your little pupil in the back. Well, what you don't realize is, my pupil is way stronger than any man you have in your arsenal. What? As the wall behind the sensei would bust down at around really close to him, like beside him, a couple feet beside him. It would be busted down as Midoriya would walk out. Pale skin, the yellow eyes, short fluffy hair. Nothing new. It would be the still same, but yet he would be bulkier. From his younger years, he has gained muscle mass. He would be wearing a pair of baggy white pants that is rolled up just below the knee, and a tor a turquoise rope belt that would be tied to his waist, with bright pink tassel ornaments hanging off of the front and the back of the belt, and no shoes. He would have well, nothing else, barefoot, just the pants and the belt. As he would walk out, his there would be cuts over him multiple places, but yeah, he would say, "Okay, who the hell are these guys?" As he would hold up a unconscious body with with the blank mask blank helmet. As he would hold him up just by the back of his head, he would slam him down face foot first. The mask would crack as the man would lay there. Well, I see you dealt with your own? Yeah, no duh. I'm better than you think. And plus, quirks help. But, man, nice hurt. Yes, I know. I have been through many fights. Some people like to play unfair, as he would point with his, um, point, not point, but he would bring his hand across his, across all the other, the people in front of him. As you can see, these are the people who like to play unfair. Um, yeah, I can see that. Oh yeah, by the way, who was the other guy with the red mask? Wait, there's two of them? Yeah, with the red cross. Actually, this one didn't even have a cross. This was like a square. I don't know. Didn't really bother with shapes. That guy's an X, though. That is clearly an X. No, no, it's a cross. A cross is like up and down, like a T, man. That guy in there had an X. That, actually, that guy in there is mostly. That was a Z, I think. I don't remember. I cracked it first thing. Man, I tell you what. Those, they certainly didn't play around with the. They were trying to take me out. Yes, I know. I heard this from this man, with that you keep on insulting. Very nice, very nice. Good job. Well, you see, I will deal with him. You deal with his pupils. Um, okay. Let's go, uh, Pipsqueaks. And then Red Cross would say, Crossers, cross these two out. That was such a bad name. Is that's not cool. Like at all. And, Sensei, you're gonna explain me this, right? Yes, I will, if we make it out of this. We'll be fine. He would get in his stance in the stance. His stance, I've already explained it. As the, the crossers is what they would be known as, would run at him with blades or firearms in hand. The peoples with firearms would stay back and start firing. Midoriya would dodge out of the way or knock them out of the air with his quirk. The ones running at him, he would beat down. He would beat them, every single one of them, down. The ones that is using their quirks, beating them down. As the people that are using firearms would try to, that are firing, Midoriya would run up, slide on the ground. He would jump up over them, over one, and he would grab the one by the arm where his firearm is and have it pointed at the side, like pointing at the other people, as he would make them shoot by like grabbing their wrist and them either, one, dropping their firearm or squeezing the firearm and it would fire, taking out the other, the one beside them. And he would also use the man that he jumped over, as a human shield. So he would get he would use him as shield. So he would be getting riddled full of holes. Uh, the ones behind him, what he would duck down as more firing would happen. He would duck down, sweep the guy's leg, grab him by the leg, lift him over his head, and throw him into people, knocking those people down. And as he would disarm one guy, he would knock him over the head with the firearm, as he would then crack his head over it, like the mask with his knee, using his quirk. Boom, and then he would throw him at more people that are running at him, and that's how he would get acquainted with the crossers and defeat them. Um, but not the same would go for the sensei. It would go way differently. See, even though it is a one-on-one, the other man does still have his wind quirk. He has a wind quirk, okay? That is very destructive. Okay, it is very destructive. It is. You get my point. The of the building. Well, they went outside and fought, or are fighting, while Midoriya would be fighting these guys inside. The roof would get blown off of the building. Half of the building would crash, like collapse under the weight of the roof. The back would fully break. See, there is a basement to this level, which would be the strongest part of the way. It would be the only thing that would stay nearly intact. Stuff would be knocked down from like shells and stuff, but that's really it for the basement. But everything else, like the upper parts of the dojo, would be broken. Midori would be actually under rubble. He would eventually break out of it. Looking around, he could see broke like he's beaten up. Um, Given he didn't go unconscious from this, all these wounds are from him getting crushed by the rubble of the building. See, this building was a two-story building. Like it had two true stories, a basement and an attic. It would all come tumbling down upon the people in the bottom floor. See, the basement is, where the sensei would be doing all of his villain work. So he had that upgraded, reworked in multiple areas. It would be very strong, so if anybody would, say, try to break in, steal stuff, they couldn't get down in the basement, right? Just wouldn't be able to. Well, that would also be the case that he also would just explode it. Like everything down below would just have a automatic self-destruction feature if, as we know him as the sensei, would ever be defeated. And this would be the case of him being defeated. But yet that wouldn't go out with the case of for the Red Cross. The Red Cross would have been defeated by Midoriya. He would have been blindsided by Midoriya as he would rise from the rubble, picking one massive chunk of concrete and just chucking it at the Red Cross, as he would be nearly delivering the last final blow to the sensei. As this man would be just collided with a massive chunk of concrete, heroes would already have been arrived, would have arrived, and would have tried to interfere in these two fight, it would never work. They would, it would never work. But seeing this kid arise from the rubble, pick up a massive chunk of concrete, and throw it at the man, that would be hitting him in the side of the head, knocking him out to the ground, cracking his helmet. Midoriya would be very heavy breathed, and then, uh, well, everything would self destruct, causing the basement to implode. Midoriya fall through the basement, fall into the basement. It being covered by more rubble. He would eventually be broken out of it by heroes, which he would still be conscious from this. He would try to rip himself out of it. It would never work. He would eventually get out with the help of heroes. He would say, "What the hell? No, yeah. Hold on. Is he okay? I don't care. I need my stuff." He would be walking very clumsily, limping on a part. Eventually, he would go to the back that wouldn't be touched because that's where Midoriya would live. See, this is a building that would connect to another building, which would be way smaller, only a story, and it would be very enclosed. It would be quite a small building. Um, that would connect to the dojo. Midoriya stayed back there. It would be perfectly intact. Midoriya would walk in. There would be no door anymore. He would be quite confused on that. He would walk in. He would grab, uh, like a shirt, like a chest full of things. That's where he kept all his most important stuff. He kept that. He would grab that. Actually, the people who followed him, he would say, "Here, hold this, please." It would be like Ed Shot, who would be right behind him. As he would turn around, Midoriya pouring the blood from his head, he would say, "Please hold this." As he would go in, like grab beads, like bracelets and well, hold on. Would that be called bracelets? They're, it's only on his ankles. I never really noticed that. I thought it was also on his wrist. No, Guillaume has it on his wrist. He would grab like massive pearls as he would grab them. He would open up the chest and put them in. Thank you. I feel like a record. Yeah, you guys shot. Yeah, thank you. Oh God, my ankle. He would turn around, see that there's two people there just watching him, quite stunned about how this kid got broken out of the collision one time, out of the rubble first, and then he got broken out the second time, and he just immediately stood up. They would be quite shocked by this. Edshot and Aizawa, sure, why not? Okay, yeah, I'm great. Yeah, sure. Didn't even explain this stuff to me. You just said, "Hey, go grab this if I ever get defeated. If ever people come and get me." Nah, give me my shirt. Thank you. Yeah, that's mine. Yep. Screw the bed. I don't need it. Nothing else is here. Okay. Hello. Hold on. Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you for holding that. He would pick up the chest, like the box. Dun 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 dun. He would set it down. He would walk over to the medic people. He would say, "Excuse me. Shouldn't we help you too?" "I'm fine. Where's the old man?" "I don't care about the guy in the Red Cross. I don't know anything about him. That guy does." He would point at, well, his sensei. He would say, "He knows these guys. I don't know him. I know him. He's my legal guardian. Okay? Blah, blah, blah." He would explain stuff too. He would explain how the fight started. Since he is the only one able to, the other villains are under uh, multiple feet of concrete, questionably maybe alive. The man would be unconscious. He would say, well, he would be unconscious. Midori would say, I'm not. I'm out. Wait, hold on. What about you? I'm fine. I think. He would like stretch and his back would just absolutely crack, like you just smashed like a cracker or something. It would crack. Maybe I do need help. Nah, I'm fine. He would just walk away. People would stop him, lift him up, carry him back. He would just get back on his feet and get out until eventually they would force him. Now, given force is not a good word to use with Midoriya. Now, given this altercation would not turn into a fight because Midoriya adores heroes. He's always wanted to be a hero. Now, given Midoriya has finished high school early, he did that like dropout, not dropout test, but that test where you can quit at 16. At least that works in where I'm from, where I live. Um, so he would do that test thing. I don't know if that's a thing in Japan. I'm gonna make it a thing in this alternate universe. So he would just, after doing that, he would be able to just train all the time. I don't know. I'm not the smartest in this. Anyways, we will time skip. After, well, he was 16. After 2 years, Midoriya's name would be a, not really a calling card. It would be known. Izuku Midoriya. Not known as anything else, just as his name. He would be he's something. By this time he would gain tattoos, um, multiple blue line like tattoos over his body. His entire fingertips and, well, his toes are blue now. Um, he would have multiple blue line tattoos. Now he looks like Akaza, like officially, but just beside like the whole entire like upper moon eyeball thing. Okay, so he would have blue line tattoos all over his body. He would be a force to be reckoned with. See, he wanted. He was never sure that he would be able to become a hero, and plus he didn't even have the money to even get into a hero school. I think you would need money. I feel like you would need money for a university. Yes, it's a university in this one. Go cry me a river. I don't know. Maybe. Huh. I would feel like you do. Especially if you didn't have a scholarship. You definitely would. Um so yeah. After these years, multiple years, well, 2 years, nearly 3 years, he's about to turn 19. Nearly 3 years of this has turned Izuku into a fighting machine, a walking weapon of sorts. He would be feared. The name Izuku Midori would be feared among heroes, among villains, among the civilians. See, nobody knew what to call him. A vigilante, a villain. Nobody would know. Because he's been seen to beat up villains and heroes alike. Well, the heroes did try to capture him, and then they got beat up because of that, and sometimes he just plain out beat up heroes because they weren't truly heroes. They were fake. See, the legacy of Stain would have already started. People thought that Izuku was a Stain like fan, but yet Izuku doesn't like Stain. He doesn't even care about Stain. They haven't met. That's probably a good thing. See, Izuku doesn't like Stain for multiple reasons. One, he doesn't like his face. It's kind of gross. He doesn't have a nose. He got it off. Freak. Two, well, Izuku has never unalived a hero. He only beats them up and sends them on their way. He has unalived villains. Stain unalives heroes because of these reasons. Because they're fake. That's a reason. That's the two reasons why. And so, Izuku's story would begin in a weird fashion. A truly weird one. So Izuku hasn't really fought a upper 10 hero or upper 20, upper 30, upper 50, upper 100. He's only beating up the little guys. See, he's smart enough to where if I fight one of those guys, yeah, I'm going down. I'm not getting captured yet. I'm not done yet. There are still villains that I have to take down. So I'm not going to quit. And plus, the people up at the top are cool. They're semi-true heroes. Well, besides Mount Lady. He doesn't like Mount Lady. Like at all. She legit is there for the money. Even though she is a giant hero. I mean, that does her job, but she legit flaunts her body around. Now, given Midoriya has heard of Midnight. But Midnight, well, she's Midnight. She's cool. Uh, she seems like a true hero. Midoriya thinks, at least. Um, yeah. He doesn't really know how to feel about Midnight. She honestly creeps him out a little bit. But besides that case, nothing else is really wrong with Midnight. Besides the whole entire creeping him out. And Midori would be doing jobs for villains here and there. Just certain ones. And they would have to be very high money wise to actually get him to do it. See, he would mostly take these jobs to, well, tip over the villain's schemes, get plans off of them, send those plans to like a police office or a hero's agency. He would drop them off, say, well, it would just be a bag with a note. And within that bag would be all the paper. All the papers that they would be writing down, all the plans of the villains' attacks, what their plan was. And so they would be taken out by actual heroes that are good, like good heroes. He would drop them off at say, Edge Shots, Endeavors. Whenever he's around like the bigger names, he would drop them off there instead of going to the little guy. Dropping him off at Night Eyes or Ryukyu's Fat Gums, anywhere he could, well, drop him off. That he knows that he can trust that hero to actually do the job. So he would drop him off there, here and there, to the high-ranking agencies. He has been stopped by a lot of heroes, well, the faster ones, but not all of them have plain out went, "I'm gonna take you in." Okay, this would mostly be Hawks. This is honestly just Hawks that says, "Hey, I'm not gonna take you in, but I kind of want to know stuff." And at one point, Midoriya would have multiple bags on him as Hawks would fly down, stop right beside him, and say, "So, whose are these from? What? Whose are these Who's these papers? Oh, uh, multiple villain teams. I was going to drop them off. I know you were. I was watching you. I can drop them off for you, please. I hate doing this stuff in daylight. I'm quite pale, as you can see. It's a medical condition, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I was born like this. Uh, Here." He would hand off the 3 bags, well, multiple, probably 5 at least. Hand them off to Hawks. They're like purses size, within a duffel bag. Like multiple purses, well, not purses, but like multiple bags, like book bags or, um, well, bags would be in a duffel bag that Midoriya would just reach into, hand them all to Hawks. Actually, he probably would just hand the duffel bag to Hawks, to be blatantly honest. He would say, "There, don't say I never did anything for you." "Hey, that could go the same way. I haven't took you in." "Thanks, by the way. Remember, you can always count on me to get well, the villain stuff. Um, at least, unless they're big money. I like the money. But don't they pay you before you do it?" "No, after I do it. After I meet with them, at least." Idiots. Anyways, see ya. Midoriya would walk a little bit through the alleyway, crouch down, open up a sewer gate, not a yeah, a manhole, drop down in it. Oh, oh, whoa! That's how he gets around manholes. Smart idea. I should really ask people to check this more often. Hawks would fly away. Midoriya would go his own way throughout the manholes, well, the sewers. Midoriya, once he would get into a massive room, well, not a massive room, but a room in a abandoned building uh, in the middle of the woods. He would get a call from an unknown number, which he was used to at this point. He would answer. The voice would say, "Master." He answered this time. "Good, good, good, good. Hello, is this Izuku Midoriya?" "Yes." "Good, good. Sorry for blowing up your phone earlier. You see, I need some help." "Okay. I'm gonna hire you. I need to hire you for a job. Come to these coordinates that I texted you just now, and we could talk more in detail. Okay, I got you. When do you want me? Um, how about this weekend? Okay, Saturday or Sunday? Saturday. I like playing games on. I like gaming on Sundays all day. So, oh god. What? You got a problem? No, 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 no. I game a little bit myself, but not insane about it. We should really talk more. Yeah, totally. Okay, I'll see you whenever. Tomorrow. It's Friday, dude. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, good. Click. And that's going to be the end of part one of What If Deku Was Akaza's Reincarnation? I hope you enjoyed this What If, and I hope you will come back next week, next Wednesday. Hope you all come back. I really hope you do. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you all next time. And check out my other What Ifs, please. I'd greatly appreciate it. I have a multitude of them. Go check them out. Please do. You don't have to. Yeah. Remember, I'm on socials. All at We Anime. And yeah, sorry about the audio. Uh, sorry about the me ranting and me messing up my words. I'm not perfect. I'm human. Um, yeah. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. Hope to see you all next time. Roll the dice. Bye bye.